So a lot of people in the War Thunder community have been talking about the Gripen C, and they're excited about it, and they want to see it being added to the Swedish tech tree. Now, with the Hungarian tech tree being added, and probably the beta testing of the Hungarian air tree is going to be like next update, I'm pretty sure that the Gripen is going to come pretty soon. And as the Meister of hypotheticals, I would like to talk about this plane for this second time. I already made a video about it before, and I talked about the specifications of the aircraft, what it gets, and what it could get around the addition of the aircraft. But a lot of things have changed, and I want to discuss them and go through them, since Gajan testing the Python 3 on the dev server is going to be crucial for this plane, and I'll tell you why. So in terms of the addition of the Gripen C, when will it come? I think that it's going to be on the December update. I'm not sure, because I don't follow with Gajan updates and all that. I know that they do like 4 or 5 updates a year, but I think that we're going to get a couple of more updates. One is like a small filler update, and the other is going to be the December update that's going to feature this plane. And to be fairly honest, a lot of people are excited about it, including me. I've already stated that. Now, here's the thing with the Gripen. It's a multi-role aircraft, and as we've seen in the last update, Sons of Attila, we have received a ton of, well, not a ton, but a lot of variants of air-to-air planes that excel in the multi-role, including the MiG-29 SMT 919, which is from 2006, the F-16C, which is also from 2006, and the F-16D Block 40, which is on the isn't really tech tree, and that is also a multi-role, with a little bit of Harriers here and there being upgraded and added, and those excel at the multi-role too, which makes me think that we're leaning towards multi-role aircraft, at least for the foreseeable future, and the Gripen is exactly that. In terms of the armaments, the Gripen can equip AIM-9 Sidewinders, the Ls and the Ms, and we already know that the Ms have been added last update. The AIM-120 MRAM, the IRIST missile, the Meteor missile, the Python 4 or 5. We're definitely not going to see the Python 5, but the Python 4 is already being tested on the dev server, and the Derby missile, which is a Fox 3 active radar homing missile that is basically an enlarged Python 4. And basically, like I said, it's a Fox 3, a fire and forget type of missile. When it comes to AGMs, though, it gets the AGM-65 Mavericks, which we already have in game, both the A and the B variants. The AGM-154 joint standoff weapon, which is basically a gliding missile, if you want to see, well, explain it like that. The AGM-88 harm, which we are expecting to be added to the game, but we don't know when, and those anti-radiation missiles are going to be an absolute terror in ground RB matches. And when it comes to bombs, your typical bombs, including the unguided ones like the MK82, 83 and 84, with a bunch of guided bombs like the GBU 10, 12, 16 and 24, which we already have in game, and with the possibility of the addition of the JDAMs. We still don't have JDAMs in game, but I hope that we see them in the foreseeable future. When it comes to rocket pods, the plane itself gets Hydra rockets, and it even can equip like anti-ship missiles and all of that, with a targeting pod and everything. And even the gun is extremely unique. It is the Mauser BK-27 gun, and this is extremely exciting. As you've heard, like, this plane is packed, like it's full to the brim with literally everything that you might need to basically take it in air RB or ground RB, or do whatever you want with it. With the Gripen C having a total of 8 hard points, it's going to be, like I said, an absolute menace. Now, here is the question that we should ask ourselves right now. Is this plane going to come to War Thunder with all of the mentioned weaponry that it can get? Because let's be fair, some of them are absolutely not just dangerous, but ridiculously overpowered compared to what we have. I mean, let's say that War Thunder adds an modern or advanced Fox 3s into the game, like the AIM-120 MRAM. The meteor missiles that the Gripen C can, utilize are even stronger than the early variants of the MRAM and is an absolute danger. The IRST missile on this plane that can be equipped on it is a thrust vectoring missile, and it is an infrared missile. And to be fairly honest, beyond this information that I have right now, the capabilities of the missile is unknown to me. But as an example, in comparison to the older AIM-9M that we have, the IRST is really much more capable in terms of flare resistance. But beyond that, like I said, I really do not know. And as I stated before, this could be a massive balancing issue when it comes to the game. I mean, let's face it, if War Thunder adds in the Python 4, I'm pretty, confident that the plane will get Python 4s. But I am definitely standing with the fact that most likely this plane is going to arrive in with the AIM-9M and the AIM-9L as its primary grinding missile, like the couple missiles that you get to grind with. But other than that, well, we all know Gaijin, we all know how they operate, so they could really surprise us with a lot of things. In my other video about the F-15 and considering its addition to War Thunder, we talked about the MRAM and all of that. Probably we're going to get it, and if we get it, I'm highly thinking that we're going to get the MRAM instead of the Derby or Meteor missiles on this aircraft, which is going to level out the playing field amongst nations and will make, everybody feel equal in a sense. Like, there's going to be a little bit of equality in terms of air-to-air missiles around every single nation, and we can see that happening with every single nation right now. I mean, almost every modern plane gets access to AIM-9Ms at the moment, and the Russian side, of course, they get their own R-73, which is something for the Russians. In terms of the air-to-ground munitions that the plane is going to get, I don't think that it's going to get something too advanced like HARMs. As we can see in ground RB right now, F-16s are mopping the floor with Pantsers and every single anti-air for that matter. So I talked about the addition of advanced anti-air systems in War Thunder, like SAM sites, like the S-300 and Patriot system in a video before, and they are absolutely overkill at this stage, and adding a harm on top of that is going to be, it's going to be lethal and brutal for every single anti-air that we have in game. So with that said, I really am expecting the Gripen to be added pretty soon, and the only thing that I'm not really sure about is how balanced or what weaponry will this plane get, because I am sure that we are heading into the direction of an entirely new meta that is going to appear in air RB and ground RB even, and War Thunder is going to be changed once more to an absolute different level of playstyle and gameplay.